informational hearing of the Joint Committee on the Arts to order. And I'm very pleased to welcome our august Vice Chair, Kansan Chu, Assemblymember Kansan Chu, who's here. He also chairs the committee that oversees arts issues on the Assembly side, and he's been a great partner at this Joint Committee. And I want to first acknowledge and thank today's speakers, and many of whom are veterans. We're very much looking forward to their testimony today. We're going to be looking at the question of veterans and the arts and healing lives through creative expression, which we'll be talking about in a second. But I first want to thank members of the public who've joined us here in the Capitol, also those who are hearing this informational hearing online. This is actually the second in a series of two arts hearings that our committee, the Joint Committee on the Arts, has held over the past 2 weeks. And I certainly very much thank Lauren Pizer-Maines, our fantastic consultant, who has worked really hard to pull together two really top-notch hearings. So last week, as you may recall, we were talking about California, the humanities, and bringing up all sorts of wonderful stories from all over the state that are in the space of humanities. And then today we're going to be talking about veterans issues, focusing on an important population in our state that deserves our daily appreciation and our unwavering support, our veterans. And today's proceedings will examine the many programs that are out there that seek to support our veterans by marrying the healing power of the arts with the needs of those who bravely served our country. And a few questions, and of course it's very appropriate that here we are just a couple days before Memorial Day, when we're asked to reflect on the sacrifice that those who served have given to our country. So there's a few questions that this hearing are getting us to think about. So first of all, how do we define healing? What exactly does it mean to be healed? I think when we use the term healed, we must use it respectfully, because we realize that healing happens step by step and over a long period of time. For many of our deployed veterans, there are wounds, both physical and emotional, that are difficult to completely heal. They've survived such trauma. However, healing is a journey, a progression on the path towards a better place, and with that, there's hope. I'm confident that we'll learn today about arts programs that are creating hope and healing pathways for our veterans. Our speakers will share information about arts projects or therapies that are supplementing other medical protocols or those that have shown unique abilities to soothe damaged spirits and minds, or some other forms of therapy that are encouraging movement through dance and theater, or there are some that are creating a sense of community and lessening isolation and loneliness by creating art in a group setting. These benefits are powerful, they're important, and they'll demonstrate the unique space that the arts occupy in veterans' recovery, health, and well-being. 2016 report by the U.S. Office of Mental Health and Suicide Prevention, in conjunction with the Veterans Administration, found a higher rate of suicide among veterans than among the non-veteran population. I know that the Senate has highlighted the fact that there are 22 suicide deaths in our country by veterans every single day. We've got an enormous population of veterans here in the state of California who need our help. Certainly my Senate district that I share with my dear friend Vito Imbasciani, who's the head of CalVet, it's home to many veterans and their families. We've got the LA Air Force Base in El Segundo, one of the largest Veterans Affairs medical centers in West Los Angeles. Nearby there's the Los Angeles National Cemetery. I was just there this last weekend planting flags and flowers on veterans' grave sites on Friday with young Preston Sharp. He's a young man who formed the Flags and Flowers program. I also spent time with veterans in the annual Torrance Armed Services parade this last Saturday, and so we're leading into Memorial Day, and it certainly is a moment for us to reflect a great deal on the issues, on the things that we can do to help our veterans. Let me make sure to thank sculptor and veteran Reginald Green, artist and veteran Phyllis Miller, and Elizabeth Washburn with Combat Arts San Diego for allowing us to share images of their artwork in support of today's hearing. Some of them are on view here in our booklet, a wonderful compilation of articles and works of art by veterans. Very beautifully done and very powerful. And with that.